Hey Virgo, Sun, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Welcome to your September 2024 tarot reading. I hope and pray all is well with you, and most importantly, happy birthday. Let's go ahead and get into these messages for you all. What messages do you have for Virgo this month? You could be having dreams about angels during this time. 0606 could be very significant for you. There's something here about an awakening, a reset, or a transformation here. The power of 306 is really significant too. Virgo. This is very different than the energy that just came out. This is my second time redoing your reading. It only took me a minute. But the Ten of Wands is like, this makes sense with what I was picking up on. There's like a harshness of the energy because you had something residual that was not wanting to dissolve itself. It's like a harsh ending or a harsh completion, or like feeling like you're on the verge of being quite demanding, or like being demanded of. It could be that too, like others demanding so much from you. It just feels overly rigorous for no reason, to the point where it's almost manipulative and outrageous. And I feel like it's because you do carry this energy of like positivity. Yeah, the card that came out was the Sun, but like you have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's like you have a high value here. I feel like you're focused on a healthy mindset about things and a new perspective. But this harshness, it is heavily focused and dictated in a Sagittarian energy. So this could have something to do with the placements planetarily and it being harsher on your energy, harsher to even feel motivated to manifest. But nevertheless here, I feel like you're being urged to just break through something that you've been experiencing. Oh, the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So there is something here that's coming through of maybe PTSD, someone experiencing a form of is it ADHD? If it's not PTSD, it's ADHD for some of you guys. I feel like there could also be something of an addiction that may have burdened this, or you recognize where something was quite harsh. This can also be like a deviant behavior of another, kind of wanting to emotionally manipulate circumstances when it comes to your life. It could be in one of these areas. It could be, for example, like money. It could be opportunities for you, manifestations, contracts. It could be love. It could be your life or your fate or your destiny, your home. It feels like whatever this is, it could simply just be an energy. Be very mindful, Virgo. It may not be a person. But if you know it to be a person, it is coming through as Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. I feel like there is something here about this person maybe being older, and also they're getting a backfire for scrutinizing you, but let's not be deceptive here. I do want to emphasize that for some of you, there may have been some sort of highly addictive thing that may have gotten out of control. And here I want to be very mindful in emphasizing that when the Nine of Swords comes through, it doesn't necessarily give enlightenment that somebody is interested in stopping. If anything, this is more of a blamer energy. So I don't know where I am catching you at personally on your journey, and I do not intend to trigger you. This may be about somebody else around you as well, so just be mindful on how the energy resonates. It may resonate for both. Okay, but just be mindful. I am picking up on that energy of something that might be making you, in a way, delirious because of some sort of intolerance here. This could even be that, I don't know, it's giving an energy of like, we don't want to make excuses for it. Damn, star. And it's wanting to fall out in a doubtful energy and position. This is Aquarius energy very strongly here. A lack of admittance as well. This is very, very strong. This feels like someone who is on some sort of white powder substance. So be very mindful of that, as well as someone who may be a heavy drinker. Someone who may... 1, 2, 3, that's 7. Then you have... Yeah. This is someone who definitely overindulges, okay, gets intoxicated a lot. I don't feel like this is necessarily healthy. This could be a lover or someone that you care about in your family that's very significant to you or profound. The energy here is that there is some sort of shift, okay, because there is children here. There is a union and a connection here. But when something is this unstable or unhealthy energetically here, and you have something that's divinely meant for you, I feel like you're obviously going to transform yourself and go in that direction, because not everything that glitters is gold. However, limiting yourself because someone is toxic and wants to limit your beliefs, I feel like is not healthy. And quite honestly, I feel like there are better opportunities and circumstances to caretake for yourself, to maybe get into nature, surround yourself with positive vibrations. This is also suggesting that you maybe go exploring around a body of water here, or a lake of some kind. Maybe connect with nature, tune into animals, meditate if you can, or, you know, if that's not something that's comfortable to you, maybe walking is good for you. That's always healthy. But, you know, I just feel like there's something about a change of scenery that is absolutely needed here, because you had someone who was attacking your energy, or something that was attacking your energy, okay? And it's causing some sort of stress, okay? And it's crazy because it's happening around the full moon, and that's like already a heavier time. So when you feel that attack of energy, of course you want to cope with something that you feel like may ground you. Maybe that's how you feel about this, or brings you whatever you may need, whatever exhilaration you may need. But I feel like either way, you might be overexerting this, especially if you had like a goal to maybe end it and like you had some sort of relapse. 3 of Wands, or like I said, it could be somebody around you. There's a pinpointed location about a situation or something. I'm also picking up here, there's going to be news or messages that comes in. I feel here that this is positive. There's also going to be news of a move. I feel like you're also going to be moving in silence as you do this, because it is the 3 of Wands and it's coming out directly underneath the 10 of Wands. When you go through something that's like really harsh and you're resetting and you have a new opportunity and pathway, you're not necessarily interested in telling a whole lot of folks. All right, maybe the people that's going to help you, the movers or something. The Page of Pentacles here, I'm also getting that there's some offer of money or investment that's good. It's a good amount. This could be just a great opportunity that's coming into. Someone, if this is not yourself, is an illustrator or a narrator, director, or a guider. Maybe they do a lot of playwriting for scripts in Broadway or just plays in general, and they have an enthusiasm for drama, literature, self-discovery. For some of you, you could be like studying or understudy, or maybe somebody's understudying you. For others of you, if this is not scholarly, this could be training someone or an event happening that I feel like positively affects you. Some of you guys could even be hearing news of like a pretty decent increase, but it's on a smaller end. So this could be something like an hourly wage or a salary increase that boosts you up or something. So it's like a little extra amount of money that comes in, and it's a huge like stabilization in the long term. Like it's something that helps with like little if you had like petty incidents, for example, or like if you wanted to save up, for something, it's giving that type of energy. So congratulations to you. I didn't want to emphasize it as small, but I wanted to give you an idea and a scale range. Okay. They wanted me to source wanted me to explain a little bit more in detail. Okay. Oh, there's that sun energy. Okay. The Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Sun. Page. Three of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Sun. Apologies, Virgo. This Capricorn energy here with a new opportunity. It feels like there's some sort of supportive collaboratory work in what you're doing. If this is not a Capricorn directly, this could be you forming some concepts, or it's like whatever ideas that you come up with, they're pretty good. They're positive investments here. And I'm also picking up that you're working on your crafts in some way, shapes, or forms. And it's benefiting you very well. It could be that there is some sort of small token or people who are admiring something in what you do. I feel like there's someone here who is really interested in connecting with you, someone who could miss you, someone who could be thinking of you through your artwork if you are creative of some kind. I'm also getting here, there's some sort of engagement in what it is that you do. Somebody wants to offer you some sort of contract that's coming in, or to sign some sort of agreement. With the Sun here, I feel like it's very positive for you because of the time frame in which is coming in. I feel like you waited long enough. The Nine of Pentacles. For some of you, this could have been a divorce from someone who may have been struggling with something. Maybe you have a child with this person and you're like in the grieving process, but I feel like there'll be a new day, Praying for you and blessings to you. Maybe this was kind of a birthday gift or a reward or a prize. I'm also picking up here, if you put in a request to have like a good experience or weather outcome or forecast on your birthday, I am getting here that there's like a part of that day that's going to be really, really nice that you really are able to appreciate, which means that there might be some exposure to you being outside. Now, if you don't necessarily like being outside, this could be like you admiring a forecast or an overcast from the window, I don't know. Some of y'all might like to say pale. I don't know. Pale, or maybe you need to stay inside to get well. Okay. We have the Lovers here. There's some of y'all over here in the house. You in the house. Okay. I like this Lovers energy here. I feel like there's a very positive swooning type of an energy with it. 1161 is very important, and healing with tuning forks would do you well if you have those. I'm picking up on the vibration of those. I just saged out the whole house, so it's not uncommon for me to hear certain things like that kind of confirm that it's going well. But there's a positive magnetism and extreme shift because there's a new understanding of something in your life, and you have something that's more profound and meant for you that's coming in or entering in. Ace of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I'm just now seeing it. My Lord. I'm very excited for you, Virgo. I just want to stay as grounded as possible so that I can read this as clearly as it's coming through. If my energy seems a little bit different. You have the Magician, Aries energy coming out, as well as, for some reason, Pisces. Some people read the Magician as Pisces as well as Aries in the ways in which it comes through. I'm getting this energy, though, here in this deck particularly, and I don't recall reading about Pisces being related to it, truthfully. But there is some energy that's carried there, okay? So there might be a water influence here. Maybe somebody works with water magic, or is an Orisha of water of some kind, okay? I feel like there is some sort of smooth sailing or just a positive, soothing energy that somebody carries. It could be that too, or air. Air could be very significant here if it's not water. Um, but the approach and whatever it is that you're receiving, I feel like it has a beautiful influence because it's almost challenged by this belief that you couldn't have it at one point in time because of some sort of shortage that you had. Now it's like you're doing things to manifest more specifically whatever it is that you feel like you need to get more of whatever you desire or want. And like this planning stage, it feels like it's influenced by a romantic connection or something that's meant for you. If it's not romantic, it could even be like a partnership that comes in the form of your progression. Okay, so like let's say you're getting messages or you're receiving downloads and you keep picking up on like a person who's going to be around you or in your life, and you might not necessarily be so open to it until it comes in, you see who the person is, how it's supposed to be. That might have been what, you know, a message was speaking about, but there's something here about needing to have some sort of information from this person, and I feel like you're going to be very grateful in receiving it because it kind of confirms to you what went unsuccessful or awry. Because I feel like you were attached to an energy that doesn't serve you, as well as an unfamiliar energy, because you may have like some unexpected surprise on like how you'll be in the future or how some sort of partnership will like elevate you. Because the star is in the reverse on top of the sun. The sun is about exposure. The star in the reverse, that's like someone who may have something unexpected, somebody who may have like some form of a bad addiction or substance abuse, someone who may not necessarily have a peachy reputation. And let's say, for example, like you are a magician, sun type of energy in comparison. What would you do? You know, it's two separate pathways. And I feel like you are recognizing like where you're going a separate path. However, you may have somebody who may have similar people around them, so it's energetically affecting you. But the way in which you're handling the circumstances, it feels like it's much better. And I also feel like there's a lot more authenticity about what wasn't going right, what you weren't acknowledging, what behavioral pattern was cyclical and unstable. Why was it happening? You know, but also not blaming outside of yourself too much, holding yourself responsible and accountable, and also doing things to get out of delay and staying away from being stagnant or stuck in energy for too long is doing you well. You could be doing a lot of staging and clearing out too. King of Wands, damn. Let's get the last card before I speak on it. And the Ace of Wands. Ooh. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There's a huge circumstance that's changing, and I'm going to be very honest with you. While someone may be quite popular or someone may seem like they're able to manipulate opportunities or have some sort of advantage, this person energetically is struggling with something. Because it's almost like an overexertion of like a hallucinogen or something like that. It's like somebody who's playing it cool, cupcakes and rainbows, but they're in a state of obvious offness delusion. I don't want to overuse the word, but that is what it is, okay? And I feel like when it comes to you, being around energies like this, it can give you an effect that, like, you're so energetically appealing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be around someone who's antsy on the edge of their seat, someone who like they may pretend like they're a stand-up guy, you know, they may do something for sexual purposes. Also, this could be someone who is obsessed with like work or public image, and I don't know, I feel like they believe that they could amplify you or elevate you, and you're very self-aware of what comes with that excessive high inflation. It's like excessive amounts of gaslight surrounding a situation. There's so many fumes. Like, oh my gosh, literally look at it. Like, think about it. So you have the sun right here, right? And then you have the King of Wands right here and the Ace of Wands. When you have a lot of fire on earth, and in this depiction, it's surrounded by what, ice, snow, that brings up that smoky energy that clouds the lungs, that can bring in too much, you know, congestion on the inside. But if this is something positive, like you're saging yourself out and you're cleansing yourself with positive energy, that's good. But if this is someone here who's struggling with an addiction, as well as glamorizing the behavior whilst being extremely excessive in what they're indulging in, specifically, this is something that's extremely heavy. I feel like there's something here about you getting away from manipulative energies like that and recognizing where you have your power still, so that you can make powerful changes for you. Shift your energy to something good and redirect the narrative for yourself. Not feel challenged by energies who are like this, because they're wanting to hire you. You're in the Magician energy, they're in the King of Wands energy, wanting to offer you something. They want you to do them a favor, whether it's to have some sort of what you will, you know, shade as anticlimactic ending, if you know what I mean. Like, you might roll your eyes like, listen, you can't even get near. Like, if somebody wants something like that, you know what I'm saying, sexually, intimately, it's like, no, I run you, you know? It's giving that energy of dominance, if I'm being honest. But, you know, that approach here, I feel like it is transformative. There's a need here. Oh, Lord. If this is what I think it is, like if this is childbirth that we're speaking of, for example, and you feel like you poke the baby's eye, it's giving like the energy of like, you know, the cattiness between couples who are like making up. Like, maybe you guys are pissed at each other. Okay. Yeah. Just focus here. It feels like there's going to be some sort of necessary balance here. Um, I feel like somebody's seeking out therapy or counseling, coaching, even whatever form that um, provides you with the clarity that you need. I feel like it's going to be worthwhile. You know, maybe you're patiently waiting for something and it's coming in so that you can do this. So, huge congratulations to you. Um, what other messages do you have for Virgo, please? Oh, Lord. Denial. Get back here. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So, I've actually just read up on this card earlier, but I feel like it's different for you guys, even. All right. Maybe it was 2 readings. I'm getting that there's going to be some sort of decision in which you make. And it's something in which there's something that's happening and it feels unreal, okay? And I also feel like it's coming at a time in which there's other circumstances that are coming in and happening, and that is bound to happen. We're humaning, this is life, okay? And we are lifing as well. And so, handling heavier emotions for those who struggle with recognizing emotional patterns or behaviors or wanting to reflect there, you know, it's giving that there's more resistance that's coming in, and you are almost, maybe somebody wants to like paint you out to be a gatekeeper. And also, I feel like somebody sees your strength too. Like, let's be real. If we're talking about energy, and if you're somebody who is doing good for yourself, and you're praying, you're cleansing, you're cleaning up your life in some ways, you may start to come through as your higher self in an angelic form. And so, yes, you may be at the gateways sometimes energetically, but to use that in a way to hate and therefore build jealousy and lack of chemistry when it comes to relationships that you have with them or even strangers is unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and I feel like you'll need to remember that, because at times what can occur is people believe that they are meant to be building patterns with people because they've just been accustomed to being around them so long. And it's not necessarily true, okay? And I feel like once you wake up and you become aware of that, you recognize how patterns of behaviors with connecting with individuals who aren't necessarily the healthiest affects your energy. And with relationships here, it says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. I feel like this is some sort of deep influence in what you want to focus on. So some of you guys, this could be marriage counseling. For others of you guys, this is something here of just wanting to understand your partner better. For others of you, this is about recognizing there is no opportunity for reconciliation. There's no opportunity to reconnect because this isn't healthy, and that's a healthy choice. And I feel like you needing to have boundaries is not something that you need to shame yourself for. Okay. I feel like you need to really be strong. And even when you don't feel brave or strong, or if you feel like you don't even have the energy to do that, you know, try to do something that kind of allows you to heal. Maybe have some sort of nice sound on that's soothing while you rest, to kind of encourage this flow of life to help you to cope better, okay? Because I feel like there are better means of healing, and I feel like you're aware of this. You could be gaining a lot of strength to do something, okay? So let's go ahead and look to see what denial is talking about. It is time to open up and be completely honest with yourself at this present moment. Buried fears and resentments do not die. They merely fester and cause disease. Only by bringing them to the surface and examining them in the light of day with love and compassion will you banish them from your life. It may bring you pain and heartache to reflect upon these situations again, but you are only giving them power by suppressing them. The dangerous seeds of denial will grow and spread and manifest unless you uproot them, examine them, and release them. This is the only way to become whole and healthy. Learn not to bury painful emotions in the first place. Deal with them as they come and take all the time you need to neutralize them without hiding them. Your soul wants to live honestly and authentically in the now. Don't hinder it by placing emotional landmines on its path. Okay? And then you have relationships. It says, in this three-dimensional world in which we live, there is a sense that we are separate from one another, and also that we meet by chance. This is an illusion. The people in our lives are drawn to us and are here for a reason. It is through sharing experiences and having relationships with others that we begin to understand ourselves. When someone appears in your life, you must see what is not resolved or whole in the person and understand the lessons he or she brings home to you. You draw others to you like magnets in order to learn various aspects of yourself. The people you have close relationships with on earth are usually members of your soul family. You have chosen to incarnate together to help each other learn lessons, even though it may not seem that way to you now. Once a lesson is learned, don't be surprised if that person fades away. People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Amen. Now, let's go ahead and look into your financial messages, Virgo. All right, what are the most divine, uplifting messages that Virgo needs to hear about their finances, and also what do they need to be mindful of during this time? Financially, thank you very much. Composure. Your calmness is necessary in this situation. Things might be beyond your control, but you have control over yourself. Relax, rejuvenate, renew. Okay, so this is something here with temperamental imbalances with the way that it fell out. Okay, if we're being honest, it fell out in the reverse, but I feel like this is about you maybe having trouble with grounding. Okay, Red Jasper might be a good one for you too. It's something that is going to really relate to those who are in the northern hemisphere around the 22nd. It has something to do with the new moon aspects. Yeah, I believe it's the 22nd. It's over here. I can't really look at it over here. Don't worry about it. It's around then, okay? Just look it up. But it's on the day of the, I think it's the new month. It's kind of late. Composure. Focusing on relaxation, I feel like is going to be a little bit difficult at first, but once you get into it, you'll feel extremely well. And this is a time in which you might be congratulating yourself for like exercising or getting on the mat or staying true to your routine. Some of you guys, if you are someone who indulges in like Thanksgiving and things like that, you could be starting your fast now, or you could be focusing on trying to look your best during this time, mediating yourself, making sure that before you have like an energy sway towards like holiday love and family coming into you heavily, that you start to gain a lot of balance, or you do a lot of things, maybe even get more locked and loaded on your routine, because it feels like there is an energy here of you needing to experience how much you can stabilize and handle things on your own, even when you feel like you don't necessarily have the strength or the courage. I feel like there's ultimately some sort of, it's like an objective, if you will. It's like some sort of like intention. There's something behind it that's necessary for you to see and witness, and then also see it from the other side in a calm manner. Okay, so that you can reawaken yourself, so that you can recover. This also has something to do with your self-love, as it does relate to how you're handling stress, how it's affecting your mind, because I feel like there is something here about exhaustion that's coming through, and you needing to take time for yourself to reconnect, but also get connected to the Most High, knowing that you're loved, you know, hearing those positive universal messages that come through. I feel like it's good to be connected to those, and you know, away from like EFT things. You have mainstream. It's time to be seen and show your talent to the world. Your business is getting more the audience at this moment. Did I read that right? Your business is getting more the audience at this moment. I did. Okay. I think every time I read this card, I like stumble over it and reread it like I'm tripping, and I think it's just the way that it's written. Yeah, I just get this energy of like you have a lot of progression, and so you will need moments of clarity, of divine insight. You will also need to recognize that as you grow in this way, not every relationship is meant to come. And it's also great to evolve. It's also great to be grateful that perhaps you didn't like get in a car, or you didn't take some sort of chance or opportunity. You know, that you did choose your position over something else, and that you took time out for yourself, or you appreciating that somebody is like taking something seriously or holds true to their word in a time in which you were maybe overindulging in something. It's like you get some sort of reminder from source to take time out where you need to, and it's necessary. It's a good balance. I feel like it serves you well, perhaps considering whatever time you were brought up in and whatever schedule you were on personally. Okay, you have nature at the bottom of the deck. I wasn't reading it for the other ones, but it's wanting to reveal itself, so I feel like it's related to something you'll need to do. It's time to enjoy nature around you. If you feel anxious about a situation in your life or career, take a walk to clear your head and be healed. Did I tell you? Yep, I did. Taking a walk, going on an adventure. You know, everybody heals, copes, goes through things differently. I'm trying to be open and optimistic with my suggestions. I don't want you guys getting bored with what I say. What are the final messages for Virgo for this month? I'm not making shit up, by the way. It's just, you know, when it comes to examples, we want to make sure that we're also exploring and not staying stagnant in our work, right? You can't grow from someone who's remaining stagnant. But let's take a look. I am powerful, number 10. I love that it's a 10, not only about completion of cycles, starting anew. This is about top notch, creme de la creme energy. This is about you recognizing that you are very potent, you are very powerful. A lot of you guys could be extremely poetic or have some sort of extreme influence, okay? I feel like at one point, I'm not gonna lie to you, it caused you delay and it's due to some sort of resistance or something that you did in which was unfavorable or unfavorable to someone else. If this is someone who's attacking you energetically, I feel like this is just, you know, simply a part of your story. And I feel like this is something that you will still hold your head up high from and move forward. I feel like there's an energy here of you caring about others in this powerfulness. And I feel like you will need to be void of distractions, because there's going to be energies that want to manipulate you and want you to indulge in a petty drama or looking into the lives of others that you don't need to be really seeking or exploring out during this time. This could be, i.e., people from your past. This could be actually fake friends that are really coming to the forefront here that you may have had. You may have professional agreements or alliances that kind of upfront the connection. And so, you know, maybe you haven't updated people or you don't feel like they deserve it. Whatever this is, I feel like these types of circumstances or energies, you will need to pay attention to the history. This is not to compare yourself to others, but this is to recognize certain events that have occurred where you can kind of compare public scenarios or other people who may be in like spotlight or fame or something like that. It's something about something that you're doing in your life. It could be some form of a collaboration in which you're developing or coming into. You'll need to recognize how it relates to another situation or circumstance, because you'll be able to take notes and handle something well. You'll be able to recognize when someone might be trying to okie doke you by a certain comment, scenario, sentence. And you'll know how to hop the fuck out the way, but also learn how to accept yeses as well as nos. I feel like you don't really care about whatever. You already know that somebody's planning on giving you a no. So it's like, what the fuck is the fun in that, right? For some of you guys, it's actually necessary for you to receive this, because it's the way in which you handle someone trying to manipulate what you already knew they had like some sort of public scheme or like concept for, and not delay yourself. Still focus on your own avenue. This could be somebody who's auditioning for something you already are well aware that you'll probably make it, but not necessarily win all the way, because you already know like who, you know, might be planning to go a certain place, right? Or you already know what somebody's goal or intention is. So it's like you don't really allow things to affect you. Like, I know, should I say this? I am okay. Yeah, it's so important to say, because I am okay is at the bottom of the deck. See, there's a person that I am aware of who is a good person to me. I won't really say their name too much, but they're already aware that when they do meet their true person, that it will not work out, that they will only be together for like a few years and stuff like that. And it's not even given like 5+. And they're very self-aware about that. And, you know, they talk about having to cope a lot with whatever they've experienced and learning about how the situation will go, because they've just been so intuitive. Now, what would you do with that kind of power if you were very self-aware? Would you really care or emphasize that type of relationship in your life? Or would you start to gather yourself, you know, learn about the clauses, recognize, you know, that accepting something doesn't make you a failure, and that you can also move on and still be powerful and still have good influence and engagement in your life? You know, it's about recognizing how you influence your energy and not exasperating it too much. Really tuning into who you're meant to be, what's necessary for you, what your purpose is in this life, and how to implement it and strengthen yourself from it. You know, not to give up and to have courage, right? So just be mindful of what is meant for you and what's not meant for you. And what is meant for you when it's meant for you. And when it's not meant for you when it's not meant for you. Okay? Like, there's something here about holding on less to this demand that we sometimes have. Okay? To have everything like picture perfect or in control or things like that. Okay? It's like living a whole lot less in fear once you overcome something that you've already kind of had clarity of, you know, before you really even knew about the true definement of whatever it may be for you. That happens, that occurs, okay? And we all meet unique people on our journey, on our pathway, that are meant to teach us lessons that we can learn from. And I'll just tell you right now, when you learn from somebody like that and you're healing from circumstances that were very unhealthy and toxic, you know, maybe toxic patterns of like abuse and like what it means, you know, defining it and stuff like that, it definitely helps you to narrate your life a whole lot better and to not be too big-headed, you know, practicing being humble, also not over engaging in egotistical influences. So, you know, it's difficult to manipulate a person like that. While people might feel like they can, it's actually a strength, you know, in itself to just be practicing not doing those things. So you naturally don't attract much of it. So when somebody naturally comes into you with that energy, they always give off a weird vibe. They just do. They kind of have a different scent, you know, even when they try to hide it or cover it well. So I feel like you'll be very attuned and alert to it. And that's what is your power, or part of it. You know, I'm just defining just a little bit of it for you. But I feel like you'll fully encompass it and you'll know that you're in it and you absolutely deserve it. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful birthday, Virgo. That was your message. And I hope and pray that it resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for your energy. Perhaps share this with a friend or someone that you feel like it will resonate with. I would love to read for them as well. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.